Hello YouTube family, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video is a pick a pile, obviously, or pick a card, and we're going to be talking about the next 24 hours for you, okay, collective? Be sure to have a yes or no question at the end of your pile by the end of your reading, because all the way at the end, that's what we're going to do. We're going to answer a yes or no question for you pertaining to the next 24 hours from whenever you're seeing this, okay? This is a timeless message, so whenever it finds you, whenever you find it, this is for you, okay? Definitely be sure to like this video, be sure to subscribe as well. If you are interested in booking with me, getting a reading with me, you can go to my website. Every link that you need is in my bio, okay? Or you can check in the description below. I already kind of channeled things about spirits, ancestors, traveling, maybe astral traveling. So if any of that pertains to you already, you are at the correct video. So let's go ahead and get into the pile selection, okay? Here we have pile number 1. Here we have pile number 2. And here we have pile number 3, okay? So we are just going to, I keep wanting to say we're going to get into the tea. I feel like I say that all the time, but it's making me chuckle this time for some reason, so maybe something funny is going to be coming out for you guys, okay, in the next 24 hours, but if you still are on the fence, not sure what pile to pick, I actually channeled some numbers for each pile, okay? So for pile number 1, we have the number 15. For pile number 2, we have the number 1. And for pile number 3, we have the number 27, okay? So you guys take your time, okay? Pick however you want to pick. Follow your intuition, okay? That's what we're all about over here. Following our intuition, listening to ourselves, and trusting in ourselves, okay? If you really are having a hard time and you can't pick between the pile or the number, what always helps me is looking for angel numbers maybe in the description, or random asking Siri for a random number, okay? Whichever is closest, right? Whatever helps you, okay? Alright, my love, let's go ahead and get into the next 24 hours for you. Let's go. Alright, pile number 1, if you chose number 15, or you chose this cute little drummer musical one-man band, you are at your correct pile. Let's go ahead and see what's coming up for you, what's happening in the next 24 hours for you, okay? Fun fact, the first card that you see, the card that you picked, is from the Dream Decoder deck. Okay, I'm not sponsored or anything like that, not affiliate, but I love this deck and I don't get to use it very often, so I thought this was the perfect time. So if you've been having interesting dreams, if you have a hard time remembering your dreams, even if you feel like you don't dream, maybe that's why I channeled astral traveling earlier, because I'm hearing you're always traveling, okay? So even if you don't dream, pile number 1, Spirit's affirming to you, you're going somewhere, you're doing something, okay? So let's go ahead and see from musical instruments. This is what this is about, musical instruments. It says, anything to do with music in a dream generally has positive associations. Music evokes emotion, so to hear it in a dream connects you with the flow of your inner life. Of course, if the music is dissonant, your attention is being drawn to an emotional discord. A beautiful melody suggests the opposite. If you dream of performing music, the instrument may be significant. The black and white keys of a piano suggest seeing things clearly, or perhaps the need for you to find harmony between two extremes. A violin may be a call for a gentler approach, although it can also suggest you need to pay greater attention to the details. Playing percussion may be a sign that you need to drum up more support, or that something needs to be drummed into you. Singing in a dream is a symbol of joy, self-expression, and may reflect a desire to be more creative, okay? So my love, pile number 1, if you've been dreaming of musical instruments, if you play a musical instrument, maybe you just love music and that's significant for you, something about music is going to be significant for you in the next 24 hours, as well as something about, what is it, associations, right? It says this generally has positive associations, but there's something about the way you associate things together is what I'm hearing. So in the next 24 hours, definitely pay attention, Paul, number one, to, I don't want to necessarily say your triggers, but that's how it's popping up, right? Your triggers maybe in a positive sense, okay? The things that you see that spark something in you, or the things that the music that you hear that makes you feel something, really feel something. You like get chills, or you might, your eyes well up, and you're like, hold on, wait a minute, is this emotion that I'm kicking? Like, these are the moments that not only remind you that you're human, Paul, number one, but that reminds you that it's all about your perspective, okay? So that's definitely going to be a key point for you in the next 24 hours. Dare I say the theme for you in the next 24 hours from whenever you're seeing this, okay? We have quiet moments, seek solace, and why am I having so many mishaps? Seek solace in silence, where clarity finds its true voice, okay? So this is interesting because this is talking about music, and it's giving me a very noisy kind of energy, and this is telling you to actually find the quiet moments. So maybe Spirit's telling you, if you've been listening to a lot of music, to tone it down, try to find more moments of silence, or if you feel like life has just been noisy and busy, really try the next 24 hours to find even like 20, 30 minutes where you can be by yourself and calm and collected, okay? Or recollect yourself, all right? And then, interesting, it says, give up control, release your grip on outcomes, embrace the present moment's wisdom. So that's interesting, okay? I definitely feel like, yeah, there's something here with the way you associate things together, the perception you have. If this is true, then this has to be true. If I feel this, then it must be this. If I don't know what's going on, then I have to do this. There's some type of almost how do you say it? Obligatory way of thinking that you have. If Spirit's telling you, you're gonna have to give up control a little bit and find moments of silence so you can receive some knowledge, because what you've been doing recently, and not to get on you or get on your case or anything, but what you've been doing recently is becoming a part of the noise, okay, Paul, number one. In the next 24 hours, they really want you to not silence everything around you, because you can't do that, but you do what you need to do. Release a little bit, control, surrender a little bit, and say, okay, I'm overwhelmed, life has been busy, things have been noisy, let me find peace, okay? Let me create an environment for peace for myself, okay, Paul, number one. Spirit's also definitely hinting at somebody could be a musician or strive to be a musician here. The Spirit's telling you, you're not going to get ideas, and you're not going to get into your flow by copying what other people do, or by following what other people do, continuously checking out what's everybody else doing, what's trending right now, okay, Paul, number one. That's not going to help you. So Spirit's also telling you, if that resonates for you, release your grip on the outcome, okay? In the moment, quiet everything, and take in a little bit of wisdom, okay? And that can be said and spread across many fields and many hobbies and many situations, okay, Paul, number one. So take it as it resonates, but that's a specific message I'm getting for my musicians or my striving musicians, okay? So let's go ahead and get some tarot out here. Look at that. The High Priestess. This is literally telling you... Here, let me sweep this up just a bit. Okay, Paul, number one. The High Priestess comes out when this is a call to listen to your intuition. Not just listen to your intuition, but respect your intuition. Follow your intuition, okay? Spirit's definitely telling you here, you're not going to... There's not going to be any clarity or any aha moment or any moments of peace that you have without embracing these moments of silence and of stillness, okay? Because busy, noisy all the time isn't good for you or your brain. okay? The stimulation, constant stimulation isn't good. And this can be, like I said, spread across multiple things. If you're on social media all the time, if you're watching TV and movies all the time, if you're constantly out with friends, out partying all the time, you know? Sometimes being alone isn't a bad thing, especially if you're using the time to connect with your intuition and connect with things that are a little bit more special, a little bit deeper, and things you can't connect with through other people or through other things, okay? We also have, let's see, okay, yeah, the Eight of Swords, what the fuck? The Eight of Wands out here, okay? So pile number one, this is definitely speaking towards a little bit of, I don't want to say disappointment. Maybe you have a fear of being alone, pile number one. I don't know what this is, but there's a very melancholy kind of energy when you're thinking about being alone, and when you're told to do some shadow work, do some self-reflecting, go deep, dive deep on your own for a while. It makes you uncomfortable, okay? But sometimes Spirit's telling us you have to get uncomfortable to get back on track, okay? And that's kind of where you are at the moment. So if you need help on how to do this and what to do, definitely come get a reading, okay? Email me if you need to. Comment on a video if you need to, okay? I am here to help you and support you guys, but this is almost the energy of someone who's leaned into the distractions rather than leaned away from them. And we all do it at times, but Spirit's telling you, snappy, snappy, if you're wanting to see change, you've got to lean the other way. You've got to lean back, step away from the noise, and really reflect, okay, what's going on? What's in my control? What's out of my control? How can I dial things down for a little bit, okay? Your intuition may have been telling you to slow down a little bit, but sometimes we don't listen to it, do we? Okay, my love, so definitely go ahead and take a second, take a deep breath. I know it's a lot of info. Think of a yes or no question that you have, and we will go ahead and answer that for you, okay? All right, we have yes. The answer is yes. Wisdom supports you, roots go deep. So whatever the answer, whatever your question was, the answer was yes. And the reasoning behind this, I'm hearing, is that things go deeper than you think they do, or than the surface entails, okay? So there's a lot of wisdom that is there for you, that's available for you, and that's to support you. You just have to kind of grasp it, okay? Say, yes, I want this. Yes, I surrender to receiving what I need to know and not creating what I think I know, okay? Pile number one. Okay, the number 15, I just felt called to say this before I leave. The number 15, adding up to number 6, is telling you here that although changes can be weird or hard or uncomfortable, if it creates harmony in the further aspects, then it's worth it, okay? I feel like I said something similar to that earlier, and this is confirming that here, okay, for you? Okay, pile number one. Yeah, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much. Definitely like this video. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed it, enjoy my vibe, enjoy the content. And yeah, if you want a reading, don't be afraid to book with me. Link is in the description. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to get into what's the tea for the next 24 hours for you, okay? I heard substance. So that's interesting, okay? Not sure what that means, but we're gonna get into it, okay? Let's start with this number here, the number 1. The number 1 can represent many, many things when it comes to astrology, when it comes to tarot, spirituality. But what I'm getting for you, pile number 2, is that some things you just have to do on your own. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Some things you just have to do on your own, and it's uncomfortable and you don't really enjoy it, but that's what I'm picking up. I don't know if this is the message that you're supposed to receive, or this is just how you're feeling at the moment, because look at this card. She's literally sitting, on her own, while the other girls are going and playing. So children could be significant. You could work with children or have an aspiration to work with children, or your inner child could be kind of going through something at the moment. Going through a feeling of rejection, going through a feeling of oddball out, black sheep kind of energy. Okay, pile number 2. So for the next 24 hours, be mindful of how you're perceiving other people and how you think they're perceiving you. Because remember, you don't know unless they tell you, okay? And oh yes, it's about children. So children in dreams, this is focus, I can't tell. Okay, sorry. Children in dreams tend to be positive signs, symbolizing joy, spontaneity, or warmth. Depending on your circumstances, they could also indicate a desire for more fun, energy, or innocence. Okay, that's what I'm definitely feeling for you, pile number 2. Another possible interpretation is that a dream child represents your attitude towards your own childhood. The meaning could also relate to any current feelings of vulnerability or dependency you may have. That's another thing I kind of picked up on. Okay, pile number 2 is energy from childhood kind of bubbling up, so to speak. Okay, or these insecurities from childhood. So that's really what it feels like. Okay. It says forgetting or losing a child is a reminder to focus your energies in waking life on what truly matters. Perhaps you're focused more on providing for your family than on being with them. This is a common issue in the work-life balance dilemma. Dreams of unborn children you may one day have suggest future potential you have to yet identify or focus on. In rare instances, such dreams may indeed show your unconscious mind crossing the boundaries of time and space to glimpse your future intuitively. Okay, so pile number 2. I definitely feel like there's some things from childhood that are going to be bubbling up or popping up for you in the next 24 hours. And it has a little bit to do with insecurity. Something here about rejection or possibly not feeling comfortable in groups or feeling like you don't fit in groups. That's mostly what I'm picking up here. If you have been having dreams of children, definitely be aware of what they're doing, where they're going, where they are, how they're treating you, what you're doing and how you're reacting in those dreams. Okay, if you had a dream of a baby, I'm hearing it's not confirmation that anyone is pregnant, so don't tell anyone anyone's pregnant. I heard lace up your shoes. Okay, interesting. All right, pile number 2. Let's go ahead and get into the next 24 hours for you. Get a little bit more clarity on this children card, okay? Inner vision. So, okay, you, if anything, pile number 2, you might be having intuitive visions of what your future looks like, or possibly all of these memories of the past are clouding your judgment of what your future looks like. Okay, take it as it resonates. Those are the 2 messages that I immediately got, okay, when I saw this card. It's a beautiful card, isn't it, though? Inner vision. Cut through the fog of confusion with your power of discernment, literally. So, yeah, don't let your memories or maybe even skewed memories of the past continue to create and I want to say misshape your future, okay? Be very careful and be very aware. I was just speaking earlier to my girlfriend about how it's so easy to, how can I say this? It's so easy to have such a fear of something happening that happened to you, or have such a fear of history repeating itself, that you are the one who encourages history to repeat itself. Isn't that crazy? It's so crazy. But it happens, and it happens all the time. People get readings all the time. People consult spiritualists all the time. And they ask about their children. Is there something on my child? Is there something wrong with my child? Is there something going to happen to my child? No, you are almost creating that reality because of your fear and focus on that reality that didn't exist before. Hopefully this is making sense, pile number 2. Okay, we have eclipse of concealment. Okay, So it says, navigate through the eclipse of concealment, understanding the cyclical nature of hidden phases and awaiting revelations. So Spirit's telling you Spirit's telling me this is not the first time that you've been in a situation like this where you're having these memories pop up, or you're, you remember one thing and then it's like a spiral of memories. It's a spiral of negativity or maybe even positivity, okay? But I'm really feeling it's more on the negative side here for pile number 2. In the next 24 hours, Spirit's telling you, you're not going to magically get it all together, okay, pile number 2? But they're definitely telling you, as long as you're understanding maybe your triggers, okay, as long as you're understanding what is happening when you're getting into these negative states, or it's hinting to understand even. Pile number 2, I'm not, a licensed psychologist or therapist or psychiatrist, but I would encourage you to get into therapy, okay? I encourage everyone, of course, but I would encourage you to get into therapy. I feel like this is definitely the energy of someone who had to take on a lot by themselves in childhood, or didn't have a childhood, feel like they didn't have what they needed and wanted in childhood. And a lot of that is present here for you, pile number 2. And the next 24 hours, Spirit's definitely wanting you to draw a line in the sand between this is what happened and this is how I feel about it, and this is how I feel and this is how I'm always gonna feel. You know what I mean? This is gonna be my reality forever versus this is something that happened to me that sucked. And obviously I'm not here to belittle anything you've gone through. And if you really need the help, I can always offer you a discount. I always work with people on prices because I believe that people just need help sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes people need the guidance and need a message from me or their spiritual team, their ancestral team. What do I do? Where do I go? What's the next step? And that's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 2. It's about time you take off the glasses, realize how fogged up your glasses have been the entire time, and gain some clarity, okay? It feels like a lot in the next 24 hours. It's really, if it might feel heavy and it might feel like a big ask of you. But I'm hearing things are going to fall naturally for you, okay? And when something comes up, if something comes up for you, even if it's just after you see this video, take some time to really get to the root of it, get to the bottom of things. Don't just, if something comes up, oh my God, I fucking can't do this, blah, 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 this isn't, instead of panicking, take a deep breath. Okay, this just happened. How do I feel? What's going on? Okay, we have the 4 of Cups in the reverse. So Spirit's definitely, let me see. I definitely feel like when it comes to using your discernment, it's really gone awry, so to speak, because of this constant negative perception you have due to something that's happened to you as a child in the past, okay, or pertaining to children, all right? There could be a possible goal or dream that you have that you're really throwing in the towel on, and it's not because you don't want to, but it's because you're almost being blinded by this negativity or this hatred that you have for something else, okay? Interesting, okay. So I feel like Spirit's, with the 4 of Cups and the 8 of Wands here, Spirit's definitely saying that there's some possible, I don't want to call it an awakening because that feels intense, but there's something you're going to realize in the next 24 hours, and you're not going to be able to either realize this, have this awakening, or do with it what Spirit is giving it to you for, if you're not in the right mindset and not in the right energy. Does that make sense? So if you're in this energy of everything sucks, yeah, it's gonna be bad anyway, this is gonna go bad anyway, I have this fear that this is gonna happen, so I have to make sure that I'm on guard 24/7. If you're in this energy, when this message comes from spirit, you're gonna be so focused on keeping guard that you're missing the message. You're missing the fun. You're so focused on being alone in this single energy, dealing with so much, because that's what you've always had to do, it seems, that you're missing the fun. You're missing the things that spirit's giving you, okay? Oh, the next 24 hours, pile number 2, definitely take some time to find a bit of fun, okay? It can be heavy to unpack our traumas, basically, is what they're telling you to do here. Unpacking things and going through them and asking yourself all these questions, it's heavy. Nobody wants to do that, and you don't have to do it all day, but find a moment in the day to do that, because a message is going to come to you, and it's going to come clear as day, and they want you to receive it, okay? Receive it well. So definitely, pile number 2, go ahead and ask your question. Take some time, pause the video if you need to. Definitely like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Alright, let's see what your answer is. We have a no, okay, pile number 2, so your answer is no. Currents are too strong, find solid ground. So whatever your question was, the basic answer here we have is no. And the reasoning behind here is because things are kind of treacherous right now. Tumultuous. Why can't I remember the word? But things are very unstable right now. And what you need to do is find a solid ground, grounded energy to sit in before you start to do anything else or move forward, okay? Thank you so much again. I appreciate you. Definitely comment below if you have any questions, and link in the description or link in bio if you want a private reading with me, okay? I will see you there. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you picked the number 27, or you picked this cute numbers card, then this is your pile, okay? Let's start with this. The number 27, adding up to number 9, is kind of telling me that you're having a bit of difficulty seeing the vision, okay? The same way that these numbers are all jumbled up here is kind of how things are looking for you, okay? Or things have been looking for you. So in the next 24 hours, I definitely feel like organization is going to be like the name of the game. The number 9 could be significant for you specifically. You could have been seeing angel numbers recently as well. Alright, so this is a dream decoder card from the dream decoder deck, and I definitely feel like it can be difficult to remember our dreams, but I feel like this is definite confirmation that you have either been seeing or seen multiple numbers in your dreams, okay? So let's go ahead and see what this could be about and any other messages that are coming up for you, okay? So numbers. Numbers in a dream could be significant. Some initial possibilities to consider are house or apartment numbers, phone numbers, and meaningful dates, birthdays or anniversaries. A dream about your own PIN may suggest that you're being too secretive or self-centered. If a 2-digit or more number fails to reveal meaning, try looking at the individual digits in turn. If you're still stumped, take a numeral. Oh my gosh, I've been having a hard time all day. Take a numerological approach. Numerology looks at the symbolic meanings of numbers, especially in terms of spiritual growth. In brief, number 1 suggests new beginnings. Number 2 suggests relationships. 3, creativity. 4, stability. 5, change. 6, nurturing. 7, truth. 8, wealth. 9, awareness. 0, timelessness. And eternity. In general, all numbers are perceived as possibly anxious or threatening, and even numbers as more reassuring. or positive. And of course, small numbers can appear as things. For example, there are two horses in a dream. Perhaps they have a significant pairing in your life, okay? They represent a significant pairing in your life. Okay, pile number 3, I definitely feel like there's definitely a lot of disorganization when it comes to where you're going and where you feel guided. Maybe you don't feel guided in any specific direction, so maybe that's your goal for the next 24 hours. I definitely feel like, though, I don't want to say you've had your head in the clouds, because you're looking around and you're becoming more and more aware that, maybe it's time to switch things up, or maybe it's time to focus in and lock in, right? But the execution and approach is, I think, where you're struggling, because it's like, how do I execute and approach something that I'm not 100% sure on? You know what I mean? So yeah. We have unwavering faith. Stand firm in your beliefs. Your steadfast spirit guides you through uncertainty. So that's perfect. And I feel like just answers our question. So in the next 24 hours for you, when things feel uncertain, when things feel disorganized and jumbled up, take the time to remind yourself of your faith. Faith doesn't have to be religion. If you're spiritual, which I'm assuming you are since you're here, it can be very, very soothing and reassuring to go in the bathroom, look in the mirror. You are doing everything you can, and things are always working in your favor. So don't stress and don't force anything, because when you force things, shit goes awry. Okay? I love to say that. I might not say it in the mirror all the time, but it's a good reminder, okay? Reminding yourself, believe what you believe, okay? Even if you're having a hard time seeing clearly where you need to go next and what to do right now, have your core values and beliefs. Excuse me, confirmation though. Spirit's definitely telling you, get rid of the negativity and get rid of it fast. Okay? That's always the first thing to look at. Spirit's telling you it's the first thing to look at, because that's how you can take the first step to correct or fix or reset any relationship, situation, goal, right? If you're getting a string of negative feedback, or you're seeing a string of negative results, take your hands off the gas. Take your hands off the wheel, take your foot off the gas. Okay? Remind yourself, sometimes Spirit is doing things in a way that I don't understand. Okay? In the next 24 hours for you, when you have those, you will have at least one moment. Okay? And when you have that moment or moments where you're like, you know what, shit's going awry, I don't know what's going on, I can't understand, remind yourself you don't have to understand. You just have to believe, and you have to know, and remind yourself, I know that the universe is doing what it needs to do for me. Okay? Stand strong. Look at that. I love that. With defense as your shield, find strength and preservation, guarding what matters most. Spirit's telling you, don't waste your energy and your time focusing on the yard and the garden, tending to the yard and the garden if the house doesn't have a roof. You know what I mean? It's that kind of energy. Spirit's telling you, focus on your faith first, focus on your belief first, recenter yourself first, and then spread your energy out, and then ask yourself who you can go to and what you can do, and where you can go next and what you can do next. Then ask yourself, what does this mean? What does this mean? Maybe I should try this and learn this. But don't spread yourself thin and then turn around and be like, I'm so disorganized, I'm so confused. Of course you're confused, baby. You've lost the plot. Okay, pile number 3, don't lose the plot. The next 24 hours, remind yourself what your goal is, what you're here for, what's the plot. And if you don't know, I can help you with that, okay? You can do that through astrology, definitely is a great way to do it. But you can also do it through tarot readings, okay? And I offer both. So check the description, or you can, go to the link in my bio, through my TikTok, whatever you need to do. But even if you don't want to do either of those things, find a way that works for you, that you can remind yourself of your passions and what, it doesn't have to be your life goal, life mission, your purpose on earth, but the things that make you happy and the reasons you're going forward every day and trying to make yourself better, okay? And if you don't have any of those reasons, maybe this is just your sign to start to find some, okay? Page of Pentacles. Yeah, Spirit's telling you, remind yourself that you're a student in life. Remind yourself there's always things to learn, and you're not going to know everything. You're not going to be able to do everything immediately. You're not going to be able to read tarot immediately. You're not going to be able to mind read immediately. You're not going to be able to intuitively talk to dead people immediately. You know what I mean? You're going to have to take your time to do certain things, to learn certain things. And it's a part of the process. And although it can be confusing, your mind can feel jumbled, in those moments, lean on your faith, okay? We have the Five of Swords coming out. So Spirit's telling you there's a lot of barking and no biting. So Spirit's saying if people are talking shit about you, don't turn your back and laugh at them. Don't turn your back and respond. Keep your focus. Keep your focus, okay? What did we say about the negativity earlier? If you're wondering which direction to go in, the direction that doesn't feel positive is probably not for you, okay? So definitely, my love, in the next 24 hours, expect a little bit of disorganization, expect a little bit of confusion, but remind yourself in those moments, hold on, I'm actually in control here. You know what I mean? And although the universe does things that are unbeknownst to me, and although I do have a lot to learn here, I'm always in control here. I always have a decision and a choice here, okay? Stand strong on your beliefs, stand strong on your business, okay? Don't stand strong on the wrong shit, okay? Taurus energy, all right? So, yeah. Number 27 could be significant. Number 9 could be significant. We got Earth sign energy towards Virgo, Capricorn. And we have air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, pile number 3. So definitely take some time. I know it was a lot of info. Pause the video if you need to. Let me know your yes or no question. Take some time and we will answer it for you, okay? Definitely like this video, subscribe as well. And like I said, if you want a reading, link in the description. Okay, you guys ready? Let's see what the answer to your question is. We have a no, baby. Misled by false signals, steer clear. So I'm getting that someone is not leading you in the right direction and they're causing more disorganization. And you don't want to be fooled, okay? So yeah. Don't stand on the wrong business, like I said. Steer clear of the negativity, because it's not going to get you anywhere, and it's not going to make anything any clearer or any easier for you. Pile number 3, okay? Yeah. I feel like there's so much more to say, so if you want more, definitely let me know. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Nobody do body like you do. I can't